Well, as we finish the second half of our second game here, we're gonna have a little bit longer of a picks segment. We always like to pick games here at the end, not pick our noses, but pick games. And what we're gonna do in the same way that I asked you to pick who you think is gonna be, pick who's gonna be the hoist that Champions League trophy at the end of the year. We're going to go through kind of the big five leagues in Europe and just kind of give a brief thought and pick as it stands right now. Who do we see? Who do we see winning at the end? So, Peter, as we talk about France, who are you thinking is going to pull out here in France?
So, for me, I think Leon. I think the experience they've got in the team. I think you could never back against PSG really, but I do think they'll overthrow Lille. I do think it'd be one of those slightly larger clubs in Lyon or PSG that end up taking it. But for me, I just think they might be with, as you say, potentially with PSG putting a bit more to having an eye on the Champions League. I think Leon might just steal a march on them over the next few weeks and then potentially bring that one home.
Yeah, I actually also picked Leon. We are on the same page tonight, and here's why. Their top. Not only is Leon second in Ligue 1 with a plus 30 goal differential, but their top scorer only has 13 goals. So when I look at that, I think Leon can score in a variety of ways, right? You can win in a variety of ways, and to me, that's always really important. Because there's the games when the goals are flying in and you can win a 5-3 thriller, and then there's got to be those nights where you got to scratch out a 1-0 win or even a 0-0 draw. As much as we don't like draws here, sometimes those do indeed happen. So I'm going to go Lyon, and I think that PSG will make a valiant run, but at the end of the day, they've got a lot of distractions, and I think they're trying to figure out if they're going to go get Messi, and it's just I don't know if this is going to be their year for that. So there's France there. What are we thinking about Germany? I think you and I are going to be very similar, just like the rest of planet Earth on Germany.
Yeah, I think you can't look any further than Bayern Munich for that one. I just think the lead they've already got. I think the squad they've got. I think and the players are just I don't think there is any other pick in Germany. I think that might be the way for as long as they keep players like Lewandowski. I think I just think that they're a country mile ahead of the competition at the moment, and it's going to take good recruitment from the others to catch them up.
And Bayern Munich they've even hit on their CONCACAF and MLS players. Chris Richards and Alphonso Davies, the Canadian sensation, is lighting it up. Former MLS player, I believe, for the Vancouver Whitecaps. Little Whitecaps cred here tonight. Bayern's got it going on, along with Dortmund struggling, they've got a real steady hand on the German league for sure. So next up we have Spain. Who are we going in Spain?
I think for the similar reasons that I picked Bayern. I think the lead that Atleti's already got probably means that they 5 points with 2 games in hand. It should be enough. If they win those 2 games in hand, they've pretty much won it there, haven't they?
And it's looking like João Felix on our game just scored the winner for Atleti. So, a lot of winning here for Atleti. No, I think part of it too is just Barca and Real Madrid are, they're not their typical, just smashing form, and yes. I think they're just down. So I think that gives a big door for Atleti to come in, hoist the title this year. And Suarez is back to his hotter than a steak knife through butter kind of form. I talk about the ageless wonder Kun Aguero. Suarez is also he's the Spanish ageless wonder. Uh, an Iberico ham dipped in Spanish wine, if you will, from Uruguay. But I think Atleti's going to win in Spain there. So, what are we thinking as it comes to Italy?
See, this for me is the most difficult one to call. I'd love to see Zlatan do it again. Um, for in Italy, but for me, I just think Inter might pip them. Um, I don't know why. I think Inter have got a slightly better squad, and I think in the running that's potentially gonna be the difference maker. Um, I think what Zlatan's doing at his age for AC is absolutely sensational. But I just think Inter might do enough.
Mm. Imagine a year to not have fans at the San Siro for that
Yeah.
Milan derby.
Well,
Uh,
interesting fact. For the listeners. A year ago today, actually, I was sat in the San Siro watching watching those two play, watching AC versus Inter. And for anyone who is a football fan or soccer fan, um, for the American listeners, I think if you get to see a game of football, make sure and you get an opportunity to go to the San Siro, make sure you do tick that one off, because it's such an absolute cathedral of football, definitely.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, as it comes to Italy, I'm going AC. AC Milan is going to hold on.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they're going to hold on to their lead, and it's really just a homer because I love Zlatan so much. I
Yeah.
think he's a stud. So that's my thought there. And real briefly, as we close up here, saved the best for last. Who's lifting that English crown?
I it's got to be Man City and Pep for me. I think the football they're playing at the moment defensively they look rock solid. I do think he'll just carry them to the title now. I think it's helped the fact that Liverpool have gone off the out of form. Um, but yeah, I think he'll win it and potentially even quite comfortably at this rate.
Yeah, that's been the piece with Pep Guardiola in England, right? He's scored goals, but can he stop? And he's
Hmm.
stopping. His teams are stopping right now. I too am
Yeah,
picking
definitely.
Man City. So same on. Yeah, I mean, I think our main difference here is going to be in Italy, but we stuck in the same city.
We
Uh,
did, we did.
but no, this has been a lot of fun. I appreciate you joining us this evening, Peter.
Not a problem.
So. Um, But yeah, no, as always, to our listeners who've made it to the end of our show tonight and will make it to the end of our podcast, we're on typically at 8 o'clock Eastern time, so that would be 1 a.m. England time on Tuesday here in the States, 1 a.m. on Wednesdays in England. Friends Stream Sports, we're on Twitch. Special broadcast tonight. We are on YouTube. We have a podcast. We talk a lot of sports, and it was a lot of fun to have you on tonight, and would love to do this again. Maybe me, you, and Rutledge, we can do a Saturday morning pre-Prem League Zoom call where we, raise our pints and we'll have our own version of biscuits and gravy, and go from there.
Sounds good to me.
So, well, Peter, thank you so much, and this is Friends Stream Sports, and I hope you have a good night.
Cheers, Connor.
Cheers, cheers. And we're gonna get this out of here. Broadcast.